Pro Tools 2026 has been in the making for quite a while, and there was quite the intriguing preview actually at NAMM quite a few months ago. So I'm very excited that Pro Tools 2026 is finally out now, and it brings with it a host of new features and workflow improvements. So some of the features obviously are more geared towards Atmos mixing and immersive mixing, which I'm not looking at today. Today I'm looking at workflow improvements, because this is something that basically everyone can enjoy. Well, at least if you have some of the versions that are, I guess, above the intro versions, if I'm not mistaken. So let's look at that together and see what they actually changed. If we go to our clip list here and we hit batch rename, we can now both rename clips and disk files as well. That is, if you are on Pro Tools Studio and Ultimate, and I'm not exactly sure why they did this limitation, but yeah, this is certainly a nice feature to also rename the files on disk now. If we want to commit one of our tracks now, we also get the option to actually do different things with the source track. For example, we are able to mute it as well now. Potentially one of the, I mean, it's actually a small feature, but maybe one of the more workflow improving ones, especially if you have a large session, is the so-called pin feature. So if you hit pin, then you will see that the Vox track here is actually pinned now to the top. And while you scroll down, this is actually kept and locked on top. You can unpin that at any time. You can pin and replace, which is also very nice. So then you don't have to unpin the other one. Okay, maybe just a small one, but this is actually also super useful. So if you say duplicate here, for example, you have the option now to also duplicate comments as well as elastic audio algorithms and ARA plugin assignment, which is a very welcome addition, surely. The transcription engine also received quite a nice upgrade. So if we record something, let's say, hi, this is a test, and we let that be analyzed here, then we will actually see that we get the actual words written underneath here. We can double click that and select that, which is very nice. And it will also filter through if you use plugins like, for example, Waves Clarity RX. If that's necessary, this would update as well. So we're finally able now to actually add favorites for our ARA plugins. You know, like before, this was possible for the normal plugins. So if you would Command or Control click on a plugin, then this would be added to the favorite list, which you would then find up here. And we can do that now with the ARA plugins as well. So for example, if we go with Melodin here, then you will see now that we do have a favorite section here with Melodin. Also now, if we go to the UI customization here, we can actually set the opacity of our grid lines finally, making them appear even stronger than they did before and making it a bit more obvious in which section of the song we're actually working in. Another short one is this little solo indicator here. You can right-click that now and actually set the respective solo mode that you want to use instead of having to go to the options menu and setting that here, which is just a few clicks shorter, but it's a welcome addition, I'd say. So there you have it. It's 8 super neat features actually, and I think it's gonna make quite a bit of a difference in terms of like mixing workflow. If you have any other workflow improvements or other things that you noticed that really changed with 2026, let me know in the comments down below and let me know whether you've been enjoying Pro Tools 2026 so far as well.